Hi guys, welcome back. Today I've got a new art medium that I actually haven't used for quite a while. I think the last time I used it was a good few years ago, and that was just for one drawing. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to review of these oil pastels. I don't know why I just kind of avoid this process. Well, not actively avoid the process, I just, when it comes to mediums, I always think of graphite, chalk, charcoal, oil painting, fine liner, all those types of mediums, and oil pastel never really gets a shout out towards it. So I thought this time I'd sit down, think about what I want to be able to draw, because it is a drawing technique. I count it as a drawing technique rather than painting, because you're physically drawing with your hand. There's no implement or tool that can influence it. It's just purely your hand moving around the canvas or the paper or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to do a simple landscape. I have not done a warm-up drawing yet, so this is just kind of going to be my warm-up drawing. I'm going to be using a what I call it recycled paper. Basically there's a drawing on the back of this plain bit of paper. Didn't work out as well as I thought, so I'll use the back of it. Picture I'm going to be drawing from, you might recognise it if you've been on my channel before. I have done a painting and a series of different medium drawings and paintings from this, and this time I'm going to be doing an oil pastel drawing from it. I thought it would be a very good I thought it would be a good start, because there's quite a lot of warm colours in here mixed in with some of the cooler colours. So warm and cool colours, the warmer colours kind of drag forward towards the front ground, whereas the cool colours drag towards the background. For anyone who doesn't necessarily understand this, I'll just quickly tell you, like, these rocks are a lot more of a cool colour. They just kind of look brown, but actually they've got hints of blue which make them quite a cool colour, whereas these trees, they are quite light. They're more warm toned because they're more towards the yellow spectrum, which makes them naturally more warmer, so they come forward into the foreground. And then you've got bits and pieces that go in between the midground and background, and etc, etc. I am going to cut down this piece of paper because it is A3 and I want to do an A4, so I'll start that off first. The paper I'm using is from Artway. It's from a sketchbook. I will leave links to everything in the description box below if you see anything you like or have seen before, and I haven't mentioned it before. So we're going to start off. This set comes with 50 pieces. I did buy this from Amazon, but I do believe you can get it at the works at the time of recording. It was about £6 and I did include delivery. It's just 50 different oil pastels. One thing I always must say with any type of colour medium, that you're going to need a lot more white than you are than the other colours. So it's great having all these multiple different colours spectrum, from like white all the way to black to green to yellow to brown, all the secondary and third colours. But if you don't have enough white, then you're going to be in trouble, because white is very good at drawing back and resting a piece of artwork. Straight away you can see you have got 2, but I don't think 2 is going to be enough straight away. But then again, that is just my opinion and it's just from my experience, but not everyone's going to graduate towards the white, because putting white on top of other colours just tend to ruin the white in the first place, and the more you work it in, the more oil pastel you're going to use. So yeah, got some instructions in the back. This is basically what it looks like when it's opened, the size measurements, the age marker, and the description, which is 50 fine oil pastels in bright colours, set containing 48 colours plus 2 white. So the soft velvety texture is easy to apply and blur with your fingers, with a paper sleeve for clean hands. Light fast waterproof oil pastels, dissolvable with terps. For mixed techniques, shading, colouring can also be used with stencils or in combination with other materials. Applicable on many surfaces, ideal for paper and watercolour, acrylic and oil painting, cardboard, canvas and much more, which is very handy because I got a lot of paper kept over the years which someone threw away and I wanted to use it. And I've also got a paper board which I have found does work with some of my mediums, but not very well as compared to the others. So if these are actually very good quality, I can continue to use them in that way. And then we're just going to slide these out, she says. There we go. Okay, so that's the plastic film that you're on about, which is very, very important, because oil pastel just gets everywhere. It's a bit like oil paint. When the damage, by the time you see it, the damage is already done. nice and tidy. There's a little bit of transfer onto this Perspex. Not much else to say than a lovely collection of all pastels. So I'm going to start with the lighter shades and just work on from. Naturally, I'm gravitating towards the background, which is that blue area there. So I think I'll draw that in first, but very loosely. So I'm not going to draw like the exact size onto the paper. I'm going to draw it just short. So when I want to add in all these little bits of bushes and trees, I can do without it going over, and then I can just fill in from that point. Do you want to add in this blue sky at the top to get somewhere to rest? Very, very light. I'm going to go over the top with the white and see how that mixes with it. Doesn't seem like it does much. Maybe I need to add a bit more, but I'll just see if I can mix it with my finger. It does feel quite chalky. We'll come back to that, I think, because I don't want it to make it. Actually, I'm going to add just a little bit more in. Maybe I need to apply the white first before the blue. we go. Okay, I know there's a lot more blue than the actual picture, but this is all a pastel and it's very hard to work with when it's literally slightly, mostly tight, what's it called? Titanium, but it's got a blue hint to it. So next I want to put in the water, which is this lovely green turquoisey blue colour. Just going to add in bits of blue around this area. It's just where the light hits the water. Some darker bits as well. Probably just why the algae's a bit more thicker. Bit of orange reflection. And back in with the usual green. I realise I've picked a really difficult way to start a review, because this one isn't just a quick 5-minute job to check all the quality. Of the oil paints. add in bits and pieces from this bit. That bit in the front is literally the furthest forward item, even though this is the river. It's the closest. I'm gonna go in with some greenery. So we need definitely yellow. Try to keep away from this kind of green, this really yellowy green, because it's just too fake. I'd rather use the yellow to mute it down. We need a darker shades. I'm going to use this brown because there's some little bits that are darker from the shade. Again, I'm going to start off with the I'm just very loosely just going to draw in bits because I can pull it all out towards the end. One thing I have noticed, oil pastel is quite a slow process. You don't get much from just adding bits and pieces. You kind of have to give all your time for it. Struggling quite a bit actually, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go for this green, see if that helps. It looks a mess, but that was really hard. Part of me wants to do this bottom bit, but I'm going to do the top bit first because that's what I need to do. drawing back some of the trees in. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to draw on these last little bits, and I think I'll leave it at that because that's really hard to draw. Why do they go so complicated for the first drawing? But I'm sure it'll be worth it. So far, I'm liking what it looks like. So. Creamy. I'm going to use that white to try and bring back some of these colours. because they have that weird fluffy thing on top. Don't know what the technical term is for it. It looks like a sponge. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. That was incredibly difficult, but I'm quite proud of how it turned out because I did manage to get a lot of the art making. It's not an exact replica of the landscape, but this is what the details I took out of it turned into, and I think it did work extremely well. I'm quite proud of myself for the fact that I didn't do a warm-up drawing and the fact that I haven't worked with oil pastels for a number of years. So in terms of a review, I really like these oil pastels. They're very pigmented. The only thing I must say is that when I tried to mix them with this, I only did it with the sky because I thought maybe, oh, it's the light blue, it's the white, maybe it might be quite easy to mix, but I think it's better to mix with the actual oil pastels than your fingers, because to me I don't think it just goes dead chalky and you get the imprints of the colour and nothing else really happens, and of course it messes up with the mark making lines and that you've already applied to the paper. Doesn't mean I won't be trying it more, because I feel like maybe if it's still life, if I've put enough on the paper, it might work, or I can choose a better quality paper actually for oil pastels. Just a lot of things going around in my head to try on the next set of drawings. I will be drawing again because I've got a number of landscape pictures to the side of me. I just need to make sure I put across enough time so that I'm not going to be rushing for a start, and then also maybe try some still life as well, since I've got abundance of plants. Really pigmented oil pastels at a great price of £6 when I bought it at the time of purchase. You can buy these on Amazon, and I believe they are somewhere else. I believe it's, I said it was the Works. I'm not quite sure if they still sell them, but I'm sure any type of oil pastel will do in terms of a process. Do go for a higher set, so don't just get a set of 15, I think, or a set of 20. Do try to go for like the 50 or the hundreds, but do also make sure that you try and get at least more than one or two of the white oil pastels, because this is just using it on the green. I've now got to rub that off on a surface to be able to get it back to white. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this. If you would like to leave a comment down below, please do. Also check out my description links to all my social medias and also my eBay selling account. And don't forget to subscribe because that is very important to me. And I shall see you guys next time. Bye now.